Hi, I'm Carly and I'm at one of our Alderside projects. Today is really exciting because it's actually my due date. I'm 40 weeks pregnant and I decided to spend the day checking on one of my other babies, which is my project that we've been working on for the last 2 years. And I'd love to give you a little bit of a progress tour. So right now, as you can see, the landscape needs to be worked on and we have to enter through the garage. The nice thing about this property is we actually have a decent amount of driveway space where most of the homes on Alderside have basically their driveway right onto the laneway, or on the street I should say. So we're actually doing some natural cuts in the stone, being interlaid with some faux grass to give it a little bit more of a natural feel. And if you've been following us, you will know that some of the design solutions we had to come up with in the beginning was transforming this home from what used to be a modern design into something that was more so timeless and had a little bit more of that Hamptons feel. Our clients purchased the property when there was still an existing home on the property, and it did come with architectural plans, and that's why it was portraying not necessarily their style. So we came in at the early stages trying to help them work on that character, and we definitely were able to achieve that through our designs. So as you come in off the garage, this is what will be the mudroom. We have a lot of great natural light coming in with the large windows. And we're going to be doing a lot of millwork pieces. This is actually going to be a really dramatic, dark feeling mudroom. We're doing shiplap wall paneling that's going to be painted in a dark finish. And then we're tying it in with all the millwork. So one little hack I like to do to save my clients some money is doing actual framed in closets versus built-ins everywhere. But what we do to try to tie it in with the millwork is we paint it to match. So we wanted to take advantage of every square inch in the space. There's going to be a built-in that's going to be right here that's going to accommodate some shoe storage, and it's all going to be side paneled in the shiplap to tie in with the walls. And then we have these door styles that are going to basically match the same millwork profile, and it's all going to be painted to match, so it will look all consistent and cohesive. And then when you walk down, it's like a 2-level mudroom. So when you come down, you have this full height, and we're taking advantage of it by adding a decorative pendant. And sorry, I'm like out of breath talking because I'm so pregnant. But we have here a wraparound bench seating area. So for the family, they're going to be able to comfortably sit down and take off their shoes. It will be open below, so they can easily just throw off their shoes without having to bring it back up. And we're going to have some open hook storage, so it again will be really convenient for the family for their everyday wear. We will have decorative objects like a nice large mirror, as well as some toss pillows and baskets to just give it a nice cozy, homey feel. And then when you come into the entrance, it's so amazing. You have basically a pitched roof going in both directions, and the ceiling heights at the end of each side of the home span so tall. I can't remember the exact height, but we're actually going to be adding some whitewashed wood beams, which will really give it that beachy character. And when you come in off the entrance, we will decorate it with a nice accent side chair and some stump stools. And then there's going to be a cluster of some beautiful pendants, which I'll show some images on so you can get a feel for that. And then basically all the walls here are going to be wainscoted. And we have a beautiful hardwood with a herringbone inlay just to give an initial statement when you first walk in. This is going to be the powder room, and we're going to again play off of a little bit more of a darker color scheme in here, with playing off of that shiplap painted in that dark finish. And up to a certain point, we're then going to carry on with wallpaper that will be wrapped onto the ceiling. And there's just so many good details I just can't wait to share once it's all done. So another design challenge that we actually had to work with when we first got this job was helping the client with the floor plan critique to suit their personal lifestyle. So again, being that they bought this place and the designs were already established, because we were in such an early stage, we still had a chance to really fine-tune it so it would be specific to our clients' needs. So ultimately what was first established through the floor plans was right where we're standing here was the kitchen, which, as you can see, basically was set back at the farthest point in the house. Basically, the living and dining room were at the front of the house. I think that this is the dining and this was the living room, which ultimately resulted in you not enjoying the view to the best of your benefit. And this is basically where the sun sets. So if you had your back facing this way, you're going to be missing the sunset. So what we recommended through our floor plan critique was we moved the kitchen from the back end and we put it right in the prime spot where when you're in the kitchen, you're really able to just enjoy this beautiful view that the property has to offer. And not only does the client, while they're cooking and cleaning, it's also going to be enjoyed by their guests as they're sitting at this massive island that we've been able to provide. And just, again, another benefit from this swap was the kitchen now is going to be a major statement, whereas before it was a little bit more compact of a layout. And as you can see, the ceiling heights were a little bit lower because of the pitch. So it's definitely going to have glamorous heights and very, very specialty details. I'll get into a little bit in a second here. And so we actually convinced the client that it was actually nice to have the dining room back here because still they're going to enjoy the beautiful view, but they just don't spend as much time in the dining room as they will in the living room and kitchen. Those are the two prime locations that everyone spends time in their home. So ultimately, every point in this space is going to be beautiful and they're going to fully enjoy the view, but we've just tried to pinpoint the placements of where the most used spaces are, getting that multi-million-dollar view that they can enjoy as much as they can. So then, coming into the kitchen, I'll just go over a couple of little details. With this huge wall space, we actually are bringing the cabinets full height, which is crazy, but it is going to give them a chance to just store occasional things that they don't necessarily need access to all the time. But what that does is it does allow us to emphasize the ceiling height versus having that cut. And we're doing a beautiful statement piece with the hood fan where we're doing subway style tiles that will go all the way to the ceiling. And then below the hood fan, we're having a beautiful cut natural stone backing that's basically going to be overlaid on top of the backsplash material, which is just going to create that layered look. And with the natural cut, it's going to just play off of more traditional and timeless features. Lighting is going to be so huge in this project, where we definitely had fun with our selections. We have sconces surrounding so many different details, such as the hood fan. We have sconces on either side of the TV. There's going to be a beautiful limestone fireplace around. And because of the way this layout is, we decided we're actually going to be doing a bench seating area with cute little details like niches to hold their book display off to the side, and then an offset pendant. On this side, it's going to be a floor-to-ceiling millwork piece with some closed and open shelving. And then this beautiful patio is going to hold a fire pit so they can really enjoy the view, the sunsets and the water with their friends and family. And I'll show you a little bit of the renderings, but we also have some Serena and Lily wicker pendants that are going to be basically spanning across the whole length of the deck. So before we go downstairs, this gives you a feel as to what to expect. We're going to be doing these beautiful accent wood posts and black spindles going all the way down. At the very bottom of the staircase, we're doing a planter box with some trees and plants. And at every landing, we have sconces, we have a beautiful chandelier at the very top, and in addition to the hardwood floors, we are going to be adding a carpet style runner that's basically gonna direct you all the way down the staircase. And now I will take you down to the second floor. So because the street access is basically in line with the top level, this is what you call a reverse floor plan, where the main living spaces are on the top floor and then the sleeping and private areas are down below.